Hi guys! Welcome back to my channel. In this video, pag-uusapan natin ang mga logical operators. Ide-define natin sila at magsusulat tayo ng propositional form of a given proposition. Without further ado, let's get this lesson started. Logical operators are otherwise known as connectives dahil kino-connect nila yung dalawa or higit pang propositions para makabuo ng isang compound proposition. Previously, na-define na natin ang pagkakaiba ng simple and compound proposition. So, we have a total of 5 different logical operators na pwede nating gamitin. At yung 5 logical operators na yon ay i-summarize natin using this table. So, una ay negation. Ang negation ay sinisimbolize ng tilde, nilalagay sa unahan ng proposition constant or proposition variable. Dahil dito, wala naman tayong pinag-uusapan na specific statement, so we will just use proposition variables. Ang common translations ng negation ay not, never, it is false, and it is not true. So, kung babasahin natin tong negation P, we can read it as not P, never P, it is false that P, is not true that P. So, yan yung iba't ibang translations for negation. Next, we have this symbol. It means conjunction, para siyang caret na nakapoint sa taas. It is written between two propositions. So, we have P and Q. Ganun natin siya babasahin. Pwede rin nating basahin na P but Q. P moreover Q. P although Q. P however Q. P furthermore Q. P while Q. Again ha, itong P at Q ay mga propositional variables. It can stand for any proposition na pwedeng pag-usapan sa isang argument. Next, we have disjunction. Para naman siyang binaligtad na symbol ng conjunction, para siyang V. This ay babasahin natin as P or Q, P unless Q, either P or Q. So kung kanina sa conjunction, and ang ating main connective, dito sa disjunction, or ang ating main connective. So starting this video, we will treat and at saka itong or as very different words dahil magkaiba sila ng meaning. Kapag and, that is for conjunction at ganito yung kanyang symbol. Kapag or, that is disjunction at ganito yung kanyang symbol. Meron ditong note na kung, di ba, may either or kapag disjunction. Kapag daw neither nor, ayusin lang natin. This should be neither nor. Ayan, so kapag neither nor ang involved, it is a combination of negation and disjunction. Kasi parang nagkaroon ng negation sa either or, kaya naging neither nor. Okay? So next natin ay material implication. Ang material implication, ang kanyang symbol ay arrow na laging nakapoint pakanan. Again, this is always an arrow pointing to the right. It is read as P implies Q. If P, then Q. P only if Q. P entails Q. Q if P. So dito sa material implication, medyo magiging strict tayo sa order. Kailangan P muna yung una nating isusulat, tapos nakaturo yung arrow sa kanan, tapos nasa kanan yung Q. Kasi may ibang tawag sa P at may ibang tawag sa Q. P here is the antecedent and Q here is called the conclusion. Kumbaga, yung P yung nagiging dahilan kung bakit nangyayari yung Q. If P, then Q. And finally, we have material equivalence para siyang double arrow. P, if and only if Q. P is equivalent to Q. P provided that and only provided that Q. So parang dito sa material equivalence, dinagdagan lang natin ng isang arrow yung material implication. Tapos, Wala nang antecedent and conclusion dito dahil equivalent na nga sila. So among these logical operators, kailangan lagi tayong familiar sa kanilang mga symbol. Gagamitin natin yan kapag tayo ay nagko-construct ng truth values at kapag tayo ay nagpo-prove or simply kapag nagtra-translate lang tayo from an English sentence to propositional form. Let's have an example in translation. Recall na ito ay isa sa mga example natin sa previous video. If I exercise regularly, then I will be healthy. Alam natin na ito ay compound proposition. Ang first proposition natin dito ay yung I exercise regularly. At ito ang ating symbol for that, R. Next proposition natin is I will be healthy. At ito naman ay sinisimbolize ng H. Now, i-apply natin yung kaka-discuss lang. Meron tayo ditong logical operator na if-then. At ito ay laging nakaturo pakanan yung kanyang arrow. Now dito, kasama ng if yung I exercise regularly. So we can say na itong I exercise regularly yung ating magiging antecedent. Yung ating R, ang ilalagay natin dito na kasama ng if. Tapos yung then, yun yung ating conclusion na H. So, kung isusulat natin to in propositional form, we can write it as R, tapos arrow na nakaturo pakanan, and then H. Ang ibig sabihin nitong propositional form, if R, then H. If I exercise regularly, then I will be healthy. So, ganyan tayo magsulat ng propositional form. Next example, we have number 2. Her delivery arrived early and she is excited to open it. Again, this is a compound proposition. The first proposition is her delivery arrived early. That is letter D. Tapos, ang pangalawang proposition ay she is excited to open it. Tapos, E. Ang logical connective natin dito or logical operator ay and. Tapos, ang symbol ng and ay caret. So, kung isusulat natin ang propositional form nito, ita-translate muna natin tong her delivery arrived early, that is D. Tapos, susundan natin ang caret dahil and. Tapos, she is excited to open it, E. Parang ganito. Ang ibig sabihin nito, D and E. Her delivery arrived early, and she is excited to open it. Next, we have number 3. A dog barks if and only if it sees a stranger or it gets excited. So dito mukhang marami tayong involved na ideas. Compound proposition pa rin to. The first proposition is a dog barks. Pwede natin tong i-symbolize as B. Tapos, itong if and only if, hindi siya kasama sa proposition kasi ito ay ating logical connective. It sees a stranger. Yan yung next proposition natin. Tapos, pwede natin tong i-symbolize as S. Third proposition natin ay itong it gets excited. Pwedeng isulat natin yan as E. So, meron tayong tatlong proposition, B, S, E. As for its logical connectives, actually operators to, dalawa. Meron tayong if and only if, that is this material equivalence. Tapos, meron pa tayong or dito. Ayan. So, we will write its propositional form. I'll give you 10 seconds to think about this. Pwedeng isulat nyo sa papel na meron kayo ngayon. After 10 seconds, i-reveal natin ang tamang propositional form ng example na to. So, di ba, meron tayong a dog barks. So, ibig sabihin, uunahin natin yung B. If and only if, itong operator na to. Kaso, meron tayong dalawa dito. If it sees a stranger or it gets excited. So, kung titingnan natin, parang ganito yan. Itong if and only if na ito, we know that that is material equivalence. Tapos, yung a dog barks, B yan. Kaso, yung nandito sa side na to, ang ibig sabihin kasi ay tatahol lang daw yung aso if and only if makakakita siya ng stranger or ma-excite siya. So, parang naka-group itong dalawang to. It sees a stranger or it gets excited. Yun yung parang magiging magkasama sa part ng main proposition natin. So, we can write it as it sees a stranger or it gets excited. Parang ganito. So, dito may presence na ng parenthesis ng grouping symbol kasi ginugroup niya yung it sees a stranger or it gets excited kasi yun ang ibig sabihin ng proposition na to. Tatahol lang daw yung aso, a dog barks, if and only if nakakita siya ng stranger or naging excited siya. So, yun yung ibig sabihin ng propositional form na ito. So that's it kung paano tayo umintindi ng iba't ibang logical operators and connectives. Just make sure familiar kayo sa iba't ibang translations nila dahil magtra-translate pa tayo ng iba't ibang proposition sa mga susunod na videos. Thank you for watching and see you on the next video.